Hello friends, this is teacher JB. Let us study English. We are studying the book English Grammar in Use, and today we are going to study Unit 18, Used to, or used to do, used to, used to do. Nicola doesn't travel much these days. She prefers to stay at home. But in the past, she used to travel a lot. She used to go away 2 or 3 times a year. She used to travel a lot means she traveled often in the past, but she doesn't do this anymore. In the past, she traveled a lot, but not anymore. Now, she doesn't travel. I used to do something means I did it often in the past, but not anymore now. So usually you have a subject plus used. So this is a past form, right? And used to plus verb. So if you look at the first sentence, I used to play, I subject, used to play tennis a lot. I played tennis a lot before, but I don't play very much now. David used to spend. So Dave is third person. Whether subject is first person, second person, or third person, it doesn't matter. You use used to. And then verb. David used to spend a lot of money on clothes. These days he cannot. So usually, but not anymore. Anymore. Do you go to the cinema much? Not now, but I used to. Before, I went to cinema much. We also use used to for things that were true, but are not true anymore. The buildings is now a furniture shop, but it used to be a cinema. I used to think Mark was unfriendly, but now I realize he's a very nice person. I've started drinking coffee recently. I never used to drink it before. Lisa used to have very long hair when she was a child. So in the past, yes or no, but now, not anymore. Not anymore. When you have this context, you can say used to plus verb. I used to do something is past. There is no present. You cannot say I used to do. Talk about the present. We use the present simple. Say I do. He used to play, but not anymore. We used to live, but not anymore. There used to be, but not anymore. Present, he plays, we live, there is. We used to live in a small village, but now we live in a city. There used to be 4 cinemas in town, but there is only one. 3 cinemas are gone, not anymore. The normal question for is did subject used to. Again, did plus subject plus use. So don't have the because this is already past. And then to plus verb. So did subject used to. Did you used to eat a lot of sweets when you were a little child? Did you do this often? The negative form is didn't used to. So I didn't used to like him. Here. Did you used to play basketball a lot? Did you used to play basketball a lot? No, I didn't. I didn't used to play basketball a lot. Maybe you can say, I used to play soccer a lot. So this, because of this, did, don't put D on use. Again, I didn't, so you have did here. So do not make used in the past tense. I used to do and I was doing. I used to watch TV a lot means I watched TV often in the past, but I don't do this anymore. I was watching TV when Rob called means I was in the middle of watching TV. That's the difference between I used to do and I was doing. Do not get confused with I used to do and I am used to doing. So this one, to doing and be used to doing. So you are going to study this in Unit 61. The structures and meanings are totally different. I used to live alone, but not anymore. Maybe I got married or I have a roommate. Here in the past, I lived alone, but now I live with somebody else. So I don't live alone anymore. But this one, I used to live alone and I still live alone. So this one you can say I am used to living alone. So this one, in the past I lived alone, and then because I've been living alone, for now I am used to living alone. I'm okay. I have lived alone and it's not a problem for me because I've lived alone for some time. You say I am used to it. I'm used to it, or I'm used to living alone. Let us do exercises. Complete the sentences with the used to plus a suitable verb. Nicola used to travel a lot, but she doesn't go away much these days. Sophie blank a motorcycle, but last year she sold it and bought a car. So she doesn't have the motorcycle anymore. So Sophie used to have or used to own a motorcycle, but last year she sold it, so she doesn't have it anymore. Our friends moved to Spain a few years ago, but they used to live in Paris. Before they moved to Spain, they were living in Paris, but they are not living in Paris anymore. So you say they used to live in Paris. Jackie blank my best friend, but we aren't friends anymore. Maybe Jackie and I had a big fight. Jackie used to be my best friend, but we are not anymore. I rarely eat ice cream now. Now, real is almost not, but when I was a child, I used to eat it. It only takes me about 40 minutes to get to work now that the new road is open. It used to take more than an hour, but now something could happen to me, and then it takes only 40 minutes. There's blank a hotel near the airport, but it closed a long time ago. So in the past there was, so there used to be a hotel near the airport, but it closed a long time ago. I blank in a factory. It was my favorite job. So let's say I used to work. I used to work in a factory, but not anymore. I didn't like it, but I had to work there, but I don't work at the place anymore. So I used to work in a factory, but it was my favorite job. Next one, complete the sentences. Choose from the box. Did, didn't, to, used to, used to be, used to have, and then be able. Lisa used to have very long hair when she was a child, but not anymore. We blank to watch TV a lot, but we don't have a TV anymore. So we used to watch TV a lot. So only used to. We used to watch TV a lot, but not anymore. Lisa works in a shop now, but she blank a receptionist. So let's say to be. She was a receptionist. She used to be a receptionist in a hotel. What games blank you used to play when you were a child? So this one is a question. What games did you? Just put did you used to play. So what games simply did you used to play when you were a child? I blank like big cities, but now I prefer a countryside. I used to like big cities, but now I prefer the countryside. In your last job, how many hours a day did you only use, did you use to work? I don't travel very much these days, but I used to. So this one you can say travel a lot. Travel a lot. I don't travel very much these days, but I used to. I used to blank to run 10 kilometers, but I can't run that far now. So I used to be able to. B-A-B-L-E. I used to be able to run 10 kilometers, but I can't run that far now. These days I eat more than before, but I didn't. So did one a question. I did not. I didn't used to eat as much. Okay, now compare what Karen said 10 years ago and what she says today. 10 years ago, she traveled a lot. She was very lazy. She didn't like cheese. She played the piano. She never drank tea. She had a dog. But today, she eats a lot of cheese, and her dog died 2 years ago. Okay, and then she works very hard nowadays. So let us fix this. Now write about how Karen has changed. We can use used to, didn't used to, never used to in the first part of the sentences. She used to travel a lot, but she doesn't go away much these days. So let's go with this. So she used to be lazy. Lazy, but she works very hard these days. Okay, next one. She didn't like cheese. So she didn't used to like cheese. Used to like cheese. C-H-E-E-S-E. But where it says, okay, she eats a lot of cheese nowadays, but she eats a lot of cheese. A lot of cheese now. And next one, she played the piano. So she used to She used to play the piano, but here, what does it say? She hasn't played the piano for a long time, but she hasn't played the piano. Sorry, for a long time. For a long time. And then she never drank tea. So she didn't used to drink tea. She didn't used to drink tea, but here okay. So tea is great. I like it a lot. So she likes tea a lot. She likes tea a lot. And then last one, okay. She used to have a dog. She used to have a dog, but the dog is dead. But she doesn't have it anymore. So let's say she doesn't have the dog anymore. Why? Because the dog has died. Anymore. Okay, let's go to the next page. Write sentences about yourself. Begin I used to. So this has to be your sentence, but let me put mine. I used to live in a small village, but now I live in a city. I used to play tennis a lot, but I don't play anymore. I used to run a lot, but I don't run anymore. And then I used to be fat, but I am not fat anymore. But I'm gaining weight. So I need to go back to running. And then I used to watch movies. I used to watch movies, but not anymore. Not anymore. Okay. And then just negative. I didn't used to read a lot, but I do now. I didn't used to eat pumpkins, but I eat pumpkins. I eat pumpkins. And then I didn't used to sleep a lot, but nowadays, but I can say I sleep a lot. Okay, friends, this is the conclusion of today's study. I will come back to you with another unit as soon as possible. Until then, keep studying English and have a great day. Bye.